It is time for another review, and today we're going to talk about combs, and specifically beard combs. But you can learn a lot even if you don't have a beard from today's talk. I have a couple different combs here, and this is part of my everyday carry, this comb right here. And there's actually a lot of benefits to wood combs over plastic combs and metal combs. And I know a lot of guys out there like to carry some titanium combs, but there definitely is some benefits to wood combs. And so let's talk a little bit about that. One of the things about wood comb is it is typically going to be a much smoother comb than those metal combs and the plastic combs. And so if you think about wood, and you probably have ever sanded wood, you know that it can get to be a very, very silky, smooth to the touch kind of feel. And that's basically because you're wearing down all the grains, and that is what's happening to the wood. It's getting very, very smooth. So when you take a wood comb and you start combing your hair, and for me, I don't have hair on my head, but I do have a nice beard. I like to use a nice wood comb because it has that smooth sides to it. So what happens is when you're combing and you're using these teeth here, you don't end up getting snags in your hair as you're combing through your hair. And these work, you can even get really close in on them. You can see they're really pretty smooth. There's none of the snags that you're going to get from those plastic combs or metal combs, because of the fact that it's a natural product. There isn't that, this was a tree at one point, and so there isn't that, there's no mold that you're using, basically, where plastic combs, a lot of times you'll even see they'll have like a line through the middle of them, or you'll have a line on each one of the tooth where the molds kind of come together. Well, you don't get that with a wooden comb. So the first benefit is you're not going to be snagging your hair, you're not going to be pulling your hair out, and so that is definitely a benefit to a wood comb. Another thing about wood combs, or even just, I have a bone here comb. The nice thing about these products is that they are all natural, so that means they're going to be renewable. When this ends up breaking some teeth off of it, and maybe it's time for it to get a new one, and maybe I pitch this one. Well, when I pitch this one, what's going to happen is it's going to break down over time, and it's going to be right back into the earth, and I'm not filling up a landfill full of plastics. So that's another added benefit to these. A third benefit to me is wood combs actually do something different with your hair. When you talk about this, it gets a little weird, but and maybe a little confusing, but there's negative and positive ions, and apparently your hair has negative ions, and so does a wood comb or a natural product comb have negative ions. So what does that mean? Well, when you were a kid, you probably took a rubber balloon, you ended up putting that on your head, rubbing it around, and you get the hair that goes crazy, right? Well, when you're using a plastic comb, the same basic thing is actually happening to your hair, where you're adding those ions, positive ions to your hair, and you get frizzier hair. The wood comb is actually going to help with that. Another benefit to the wood comb is because it is the same negative ions that your hair has, it actually can help calm that frizzy hair that sometimes you get. So this one in particular is one that I carry with me every day. Now, I don't necessarily comb my hair multiple times of the day, but it's nice to have one in case I do need to comb my beard. Maybe it's a little crazy that day. I can pull this out. I like this one. It really is held up well in my pocket. You can see it's fairly thick, and it's about the size of like a small wallet. It's almost, maybe just a little bit bigger than a credit card size. So it fits really well into my pocket. Now, I do use some other combs. I use this comb at my house, and this is a very wide comb, and I like to start with this comb, especially for my beard, because it'll work right through there. I get out of the shower, and I can comb it, and it's going to detangle it, and it's going to do a great job. And then I use this comb just to kind of clean it up at the end. And again, this is the bone teeth here, and those work really well. Both of these, or really all three of these combs, are going to do a great job detangling hair without pulling it. So I'm going to leave links for all these, but this is definitely part of my everyday carry, and something I would recommend for anybody who does carry a comb. Get yourself a good wood comb. There are lots of different ones out there. Maybe you'd want to carry one like this. Maybe you'd want to carry something more like these. But I'm going to leave some links for you guys in the description below, where you can find some good quality wood combs. If If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead, let me know in the comments. Make sure you hit that like button and hit that subscribe for upcoming videos.